There once was a noble cavalier who loved a beautiful lady. After he had married her, another cavalier courted her secretly, which she abominated, but she dared not tell her husband of the intrigue, lest there be bloodshed. Torolfo, the second nobleman, troubled her so much by letters, flowers, and small gifts of love, that the lady said she must see him. He arrived at the hidden bower, feeling that he must surely have won her, but he was in for a surprise. "My good sir," said she, "there is only one situation in which we can be lovers. When my garden blooms in cold January with the flowers of mild June." "I shall not rest until I have learned how this can be done, my dear lady," said he, and left with his head high. "That shall not be," said she, and went to her bedroom, secure in the belief that she would not see him again. Torolfo went to Thessaly and chanced upon an ancient man gathering herbs in a dark wood. "What are you doing?" he asked. "I am gathering for physic. Who are you, and what do you here?" "I am from the furthest west, and I grieve over a hopeless position, though the price is very great, and I still have hope." The old man, whose name was Tabana, said, "I will help you, but first tell me, what is it you have to do?" "I must make a garden bloom in cold January with the flowers of mild June." "Do not judge me by my outside appearance. I can do anything required, as long as the payment is right. What will you give me if I perform this service for you?" "I will give you half of everything I have, half of my sheep, half of my horses, treasure and houses," replied Torolfo, so eager to gain the love of the lady. It was agreed, and on the night of a full moon in cold January they went to the garden. With mystic movements and strange utterances, the magician cavorted around the garden. By dawn it was blooming with every flower of summer. Fair blossoms and roses were everywhere. "By my faith," cried the lady upon rising, "my garden is blooming with every flower of summer. I am undone." Soon a letter came from her would-be lover, requesting a time when they could be together. Out of her mind with distress, she sent a letter back, saying that she would have to wait until her husband was away from home. Now her husband, loving her very much, noticed that she neither ate nor slept for the space of a week, and questioned her. "Is it your health, my love, or your mind?" he asked anxiously. Unable to bear the shame, she told him everything, and waited for his condemnation. But it never came. Instead, he said gravely, "You have made a promise, even though it was a rash one, and you are bound by your word, and so must keep it. You must go to him." "You mean I must go to him and let him enjoy me as much as he wishes?" she cried. "Yes," he replied. "But please, my dear, do not make a promise like this ever again, however impossible the task may seem." So, with her ladies around her, she went to the place where they were to meet. All adorned though she was, her heart was heavy, and she dreaded his approach. "Does your husband know?" was his first question upon meeting. "Yes," she replied. "He sent me here because I made a promise and am bound by my word." He thought for a moment and then said, "You must go back to him. He is so generous a man, I cannot take what is rightfully his." A look of shame came over his face. "Please beg him to forgive me. I will never do anything as ignoble as this again." She thanked him and returned to her husband full of joy. She had learned her lesson, even though it had been a hard one. Torolfo went to Tabana and said, "Come, take your payment," but he shook his head. "I cannot take payment for what has not been a successful enterprise. I am not a normal craftsman like a carpenter or a builder. I take pride in my work. Besides, the heavens forbid I should be less generous than the husband." And he disappeared before Torolfo's very eyes. Now who was the most generous?